Hello, everybody, and welcome to Top Row Reality, episode 50. Yeah, thank you.
I'm backwards.
You
So.
Well, I know that. Pierre knows that. This other stagehand knows that. These lovely people here.
The Sneeze Queen, yes.
The Sneeze Queen knows that. These lovely people out there know that you're backwards. So, what's new? Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 50.
Part 1.
I got my voice partially back, so I can
Yes,
run my
he
mouth
is
this
no
week.
longer sick, so he is the host this week.
I'm the host with the most.
That's Friday.
Now let's start off with some big signings for TNA. The contracts have been signed, the ink has been dried, and these people will still be with TNA, so you can watch them every week on Destination America.
The I's were dotted and the T's were crossed.
They were, and they are. Matt Hardy, so the Hardy Boys will team again.
Of course, they'll be tag team.
Full-time contract.
Full-time contract. He's cutting back on his indie stuff. Yes.
Well, the story we're getting to in a few minutes
In a
may
few
not
minutes.
mean he's cut back on his indie stuff. Also, Bobby Roode, the former world champion, has re-signed. The X-Division champion, Tigre
No,
Uno.
X-Division star.
Star, oh, he's not the champion
He
anymore?
is not the champion. I don't think he's ever been the champion.
He's never been the champion?
He's one of the jobber
Oh.
X-Division guys. Tigre Uno.
Then which one has been the X-Division champion?
Loki
Loki,
and somebody else.
Austin Aries, Loki, nobody
That's
from
pretty
the
much it.
Revolution? Oh, okay.
No, Manic needs to be it. But anyway, Angelina Love has resigned. Tyrus has resigned. Yay, Brodus Clay.
Which I thought he just signed, so what's he doing re-signing? What's his
Maybe
contract for,
short
3
term,
weeks?
Short term. And Rockstar Spud have all recently resigned, amongst others. I believe there's a few
Oh,
others.
there'll be a lot more coming out.
Because apparently they're doing year-long contracts right now, so...
Probably 6 months or a year, it all depends.
It depends on who you are and what they need you for, I guess. But on to a little bit of WWE news, possibly. The rumors are WWE is interested in a top Ring of Honor team. We actually talked about this last week. Your pick, you had 2 picks, I had 2 picks of people to go into
NXT.
NXT.
Yes.
That's it. And your tag team pick was the Briscoes.
And they're looking at the Briscoes.
They're
Which
saying
is
they're looking
different.
at them.
It's different. You don't need no cookie cutter teams, just like you don't need cookie cutter wrestlers.
That's true.
Everybody needs to be different.
That is
Everybody needs the same here.
That is
And the
true.
Briscoes, trust me, they would be different.
They would be very different. It would work. Also, Rey Mysterio and Alberto El Patron's relationship with Lucha Underground has the promotion planning a major network jump to Univision television,
That's a bigger thing.
which, now that's only for their Spanish-speaking station. They're still on the American station that they're on, which I can't remember what the name of that
El Rey.
is. El Rey Network.
But how long will Ray last before something goes wrong with him?
Before he gets injured, yes.
619, my knee.
That's true.
How that goes. So.
But the two of them, they're thinking that the star power of the two of those will get the leverage enough to get a better Spanish-speaking station.
That's what I'm thinking
That
about.
too.
You know we talked about earlier.
Back
you
to
know,
TNA.
TNA back to TNA. TNA stars are now allowed to perform for indie promotions with IPPV broadcasts and shows being taped for DVDs.
Yes, so maybe, like you said, Matt Hardy may not be cutting back as
He may
much.
not. He's got his TNA contract and he also has indie stuff because he is the Wrestlecade champion.
He is the Wrestlecade champion. That is very true.
And right now, when October comes around, which is a lot of months till October,
Yes.
or is it November? November.
It's November. It's right
November.
after Thanksgiving.
So he may not be champion,
November the
but
28th.
he may be pulled. It all depends how they go. With
I think he'll be there. I mean, they've announced him. I think he'll go with. I mean, even Tommy Dreamer was saying, you know, he's had dealings with Ring of Honor and with TNA because he uses their talent, both companies, and which TNA has been kind of known to pull their talent. But like with Ring of Honor, you know, Ring of Honor needed the Young Bucks one time for their event, so he asked for Daniel Kazarian. I like the fact that people in the smaller promotions are working together. That's what needs to happen. It's kind of like our theory of what Global Force Wrestling needs to be.
Yes.
With people being under the umbrella. So, and I hope we get to hear some news about them, because the rumor is they're trying to get television tapings at their home base, which is supposed to be Las Vegas, which will be very interesting.
Maybe soon, but
I hope so.
If what's coming out about NXT is true, them starting to travel out of Orlando more,
Yes.
they're going to put a hurt on some indie promotions of Ring of Honor and stuff.
Yes, they are.
They've got the money to back them up. They've got the stars that people want to see.
That is true.
So, within the coming 6 months here, things are going to be very interesting for Ring of Honor, NXT, all that.
Yes.
Global Force.
And speaking of NXT traveling around, they have already attached themselves to a date at the old ECW arena, the 2300 arena.
Oh.
Here is the interesting thing about that. Now, this ties into Ring of Honor news. I want y'all to remember, War of Worlds, not easy for me to say.
I know.
2015 at the 2300 arena.
Oh.
The old ECW arena, May the 12th and the 13th.
Uh-huh.
Okay? Then, that is 2 days.
That's 2 days for Ring of Honor.
Before NXT shows up. Those 2 days will be the 12th and 13th, and I believe it'll be the 15th. I'll have to look at the dates. But that weekend, after the 12th and 13th, NXT will be in the ECW arena. So are they trying to jump in on that territory to say, oh, well, y'all are going to be there, but maybe the fans will buy tickets for NXT and forget about the Ring of Honor and New Japan show? How interesting is it that they tapped onto those dates right after Ring of Honors?
That's Vince or Triple H. I mean, I'm not surprised by it.
No.
And if you got the people who want Kevin Owens,
Yes.
and Finn Balor, you got that. That's the main event, or Sami Zayn's the main event. I mean, come on, it will draw. And in Philadelphia.
Yeah, don't do the main event. Don't do the main event that they did this other week, where they just had a Tommy in the main event against C.J. Parker.
No.
I wouldn't pull that as your main event for the ECW arena.
If you're going to the ECW arena, obviously Kevin Owens will be the main event.
Yes. Also, don't forget Global Wars 2015, Toronto, Ontario, Canada, with Ring of Honor and New Japan, May the 15th and the 16th. And of course, our usual Wrestlecade leading up to the 28th of November. PJ Black, Bobby Heenan, Chris Adonis, Glacier, Matt Hardy, the Wrestlecade champion, Mr. Anderson, Abdullah the Butcher, Bill Dundee, Ricky Steamboat, Henry O'Godwin, Italian Stallion, Sanjay Dutt, Hardcore Holly, Colonel, Robert Parker, Buckhouse Buck, and they've added 3 new names.
3 new names, and the 3 new names are
Shane Douglas,
wow,
the franchise returning.
returning.
He's been there multiple times.
That's a good one.
And returning again also is Kevin Sullivan.
Wow,
and
another good one.
First time ever at Wrestlecade, he is Mr. Pimp Daddy himself. He is formerly known as The Godfather, Papa Shango, Kama Mustafa. He is Charles Wright. So
Pimpin' ain't easy.
Get on the hoe train. And actually, the funny thing is, under the comments of the picture, everyone's asking if the hoes are coming. And Wrestlecade said it's a family show. So,
which means yes.
Apparently. Also,
that's dresses to the knees, ladies. Dresses to the knees.
That's right. Also, the night before, last year, the night before Wrestlecade, they had a Jim Cornette roast, which I've still got to get that on DVD because it looks hilarious.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Hurricane Shane Helms was the roast master.
I can only imagine.
This year, the night before, is going to be inside the same building, the Benton Convention Center, and it will be on the 27th, the night before, in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. It will be called the Showcase of Champions. They teased it. It says more info coming soon. So it will be a little bit different than the roast, obviously. You know, it sounds like it's going to be a wrestling event the night before as well. But it's they're saying more info coming soon, but it will be... It's not part of the Wrestlecade package deal.
Right.
So it's going to be an extra cost, just like the Jim Cornette roast was as well.
That works.
Also, ladies and gentlemen, House of Hardcore, we want to let you know to go to houseofhardcore.net, where you can now purchase a digital download of any of the past 8 events and have it right there on your computer to watch anytime you want. Also, they have new merchandise with their winged logo, zip-up hoodie, and more t-shirts. Go to houseofhardcore.net to order. Also, big one here, Mid-South Wrestling Association, the MSWA Spring Super Show, April the 4th, the day before Easter 2015. Front row, $10, general admission $8, featuring a special meet and greet at 5 p.m. Action starts at 7 p.m. with 7 big matches, including the AIWF Cruiserweight Championship on the line, with the champion Cobra King defending against Drew Game. And I got to see Drew Game in action last month at MSWA, and he is a great worker. Plus, in a women's match, Black Widow taking on, returning from injury, she's been out of action quite a while, Austin Madison. Also, the world-famous Wrestling Bunny will be there for, of course, Easter. And they're giving away Easter baskets and such as that as well.
That's nice.
Former WWE superstar Sermo of Men on a Mission will be there, plus the Cadillac Cowboy and the MSWA champion Toby Farley, which the two of them are great wrestlers. I got to witness both of them. Very good wrestlers. This is a huge thing right here for the AIWF. They have gotten a big event coming up. Saturday, April the 18th, 2015 at 7:30 p.m. at the National Guard Armory in Mount Airy, North Carolina. The main event of the AIWF Mid-Atlantic Mid-Atlantic Wrestling event will be Damian Wayne, who is the Bad A of North Carolina, pretty much is what they want to call him. Yes. Taking on, in a rare indie appearance, the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe. Exactly. So that will be interesting. And also, last but not least, AIWF Mid-Atlantic Wrestling again, Spring Jam. Saturday, April the 4th as well, just like MSWA, at the Princeton Rec Center in Princeton, West Virginia, featuring Tyson, Stevie Armstrong, the AIWF Mid-Atlantic Cruiserweight Champion, Country Strong Axton Ray, Zane Stevens, our boy will be there, plus the West Virginia Championship with Lance Erickson taking on Kevin Phoenix, as well as the AIWF Mid-Atlantic Champion TR Superstar taking on former WCW Superstar Lodi. And in the main event, the man who's facing Samoa Joe after this event on April the 18th, this is going to be big, Damian Wayne will be taking on and challenging for the AIWF World Heavyweight Championship against our other boy, Justin Overstreet. That is going to be a big card right there.
Oh, yes. All those are what you've mentioned. All have been very big cards. Will be very big cards.
Yes, it's going to be very interesting, and I am definitely looking forward to it. It's going to be a good April so far, it looks like.
Oh, yes. Well, that's it for part 1, folks. We'll be right back for part 2 as we talk about WrestleMania 21.
I love that WrestleMania.
WrestleMania goes Hollywood.
They win Hollywood.
I'll be right back for part 2, right here of Top Rope Reality on the YouTube. I'm Mike Hogan.
And I'm Justin Carter.
And we'll catch you in a few clicks.